We talk a lot in marketing and advertising about the shift from traditional to digital. How have you seen that impact the world of branding? Because of course the core of what a brand is has not changed, or maybe I'm wrong, maybe it has, but maybe the vehicles of one, how you distribute that brand, but also arrive to what that brand is, maybe there's new opportunities there. So how have you sort of seen that shift in the transition to digital?
Yes, as you said initially, or alluded to, the core of what the brand is and doesn't change, right? As you said, there's different vehicles, different channels that are being used right now. The beauty about what's happening is the ability to measure everything you do in real time. And that is very new. So marketing has had traditionally a negative connotation with many organizations, which is a reason why more CFOs or chief or sales or chief commercial officers or chief operations officers would actually end up being the CEO of an organization, and much more rarely would a CMO for marketing, not medical, right, would actually reach the pinnacle of the organization. So there's the problem historically has been to anticipate potential results of marketing investments and of course branding investments, because it was very difficult. Today, anticipating everything ahead of time is still very difficult, but because you can test with very small investments and do a lot of A/B testing and changing back and forth, you actually will get to a point very quickly and economically where you can find ways to have leverage points and create value for yourself and see a positive ROI. And that, again, can be done quickly and economically. Once you find those leverage points and those veins, you can then exploit them aggressively with bigger numbers and actually generate the results you're hoping for. And that's what's changed the game today. So if you're able to hire an agency like Interbrand and actually do a brand valuation before you start a process of brand building exercise, and then be able to do that again 12 months later or 6 months later, depending on the frequency at which it needs to be done based on how fast your market is moving and you're moving within that market, then that's great. Very few organizations have that luxury or that kind of money. So if you don't have that, look at marketing and look at some elements of brand equity that are easy to measure, right? And track it. And that will give you enough data points if you know how to bring it all together to be able to report very, very tangibly why you're doing what you're doing and what kind of results you're getting, and to be able to actually get the budgets that you believe are the right budgets for you to ask for moving forward. So it's a beautiful time to be in marketing and branding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. At what point, I mean, obviously there are certain things I'm assuming where you kind of have to balance, okay, we're going to test and see how this works with the consumer, but we're also going to stick true to what our ultimate purpose is and what our brand we believe should be. Is there sort of a line where you're compromising brand values and brand beliefs to sort of just figure out what's working in these tests, or how do you kind of navigate that duality?
That's another great question. You know, I've met people who have said that some of the ugliest ads, let's say on Facebook or Google, are the ones that have the most traction. And their conclusion about that is, keep going, fight, just use that, make it ugly, and it's going to work. That is, again, that's one school of thought. My view on it is don't go after short-term quick wins to the detriment of what you're trying to do, which is to build a brand that has meaning and that has integrity, or should, right? So it's fine balance to find, but I think everybody should be responsible in defining what they're willing to allow in terms of potential damage to their brand expression and the experience they're providing for the sake of quick wins. I would be more on the more conservative side. to think about the long term.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out this clip. If you want to catch the full episode, be sure to click the link above or below this video. And to catch more interviews like this one with marketing industry leaders and executives, make sure you check out Campaign Brief wherever you get your podcasts. Just go to campaignbriefshow.com.